moving on from what PE is doing with the high schools, obviously what I was doing was based around these things. But so I was in year 8, so which means I'd be doing core PE, and the reason why I was here was because it was rugby for these 6 weeks, and that's my specialised sport. So I had to teach the basic skills of rugby within PE guidelines. So basically I got told before I started that when my sessions that I'm going to deliver, I have to deliver them as if Ofsted, each session as if Ofsted were there watching me, and that's only because of making sure that the health and safety issues are dealt with. So when it comes to space that I'm using to play rugby, when it comes to I'm doing contacts, non-contact. Obviously this was basic skills of rugby, so I was doing non-contact. However, in future times, say we were doing contact in terms of health and safety, you first now have to get a letter of permission to do contact from parents, only because of the risks that come with contact rugby. Also, it's compulsory now that all high schools that do introduce contact into rugby, in order for that student to participate, they have to have a gum shield. Obviously within the rules of rugby that's not actually compulsory. However, within schools, when it comes to PE, it is compulsory. That's just to take out as minimal risks as possible. And then also about what Ofsted see as an active core PE session. So if I'm teaching the basics of rugby, which when it comes to basics, the fundamentals are passing and catching, I will have to create a drill or create a session in which everyone is seen to be active at the same time. So it can't be as simple as just passing and catching between two people, because if someone was to come in from Ofsted and look, I got told that would be classed as an inactive session, and therefore I wouldn't get pulled up for as a coach. The teacher supervising me would get pulled up and be asking why this is going on, why he's not doing anything to do anything. But in order for me to stop that from happening, I have to create a session where I can introduce the basics of rugby, but I can also be seen as creating an active session for core PE. The reasoning behind this is basically based on the aims once again, where the aims isn't to develop the skills within the sport as such. It's to develop them as a person, to introduce them to sport, to get them active, which is why they're going about it, to introduce them to health and active lifestyle. And so they're not. So if Ofsted were to come in, they're not really fussed whether a student can spin pass over 10 metres or something, whatever. What they're fussed about is whether the students there are enjoying and having fun, and they're seen as being active. So basically I did that, but obviously I introduced rugby with a few drills with rugby, so such like to the year 8s, so such like the Auckland grid, which is based on passing. However, everyone's running about, everyone's movement, and this was the reason why I can take these drills and apply them to my placement, was because these are skills that I've picked up from other environments, not just skills that I've used or seen people use, but skills that I've been involved with where I'm the person doing the drill. So a lot of the time when I do drills with other people, the reason why I think it's effective to do them drills is because I've been a part of them drills before where other coaches have done them on me, because I'm coming from a rugby background and currently playing rugby. I know from my past experience that drills work in different drills work in different environments, so I can apply whatever drills I've been a part of to these, for example this placement, because having over 10 years experience within rugby, I know that these drills are effective and work in these particular environments, because obviously some drills won't work in some environments. For example, the contact drills that I'd be doing won't work in this environment because I'm not doing contact. However, the Auckland grid, which I've been part of, which is purely based on techniques or pass catching, will work with these year 8s because we're teaching the basics of rugby. Because we are teaching the basics, we want them to learn rugby, we want them to understand it, we want them to have a bit of knowledge. We're introducing them to the basics. This required quite a command style of coaching. A lot of it was do this, do that, ask them questions, why are they doing this, why are we doing that. That was just so they have a knowledge on rugby itself, because even though it is core PE, they can still enjoy and take something out of it. They can still learn about the sport, which may even get them to, have a look at these extracurricular teams that the schools provide. But because as well as keeping them active, it is introducing them to each sport, hence why it's not just getting them to run about. You're doing 6 weeks of different sports because you're introducing them to them. But yeah.